3 things you can do to speed up your manifestation. Now I'm Yahumāl, Master Jamal here, and we're going to talk about the 3 things you can do to speed up your manifestation. Admittedly, these are some really simple things you can do, and it just requires you to do some self-reflection to like really assess what's going on with what you're doing and what is preventing you from getting to that timeline that you are visualizing and scripting. Number 1, first thing I want to talk about is letting go. You have to be able to let go of anything that does not help you get to where you want to go. And this is people, especially people. Because like, for example, there could be people in your life that you probably aren't visualizing or including in your manifestation. As I say, for example, you're scripting something and you're visualizing something, and in these scripting and visualizations, there are key people who appear, specific people that appear in your visualizations, and you write down in your scripting. If someone comes along that just so happens to not be a part of this visualization, or you are including in your scripting, that person has to go. Just flat out. Because you got to think about it. People, at the end of the day, people are going to do whatever they want to do, regardless of what you do. And you can't control what other people do. But with that being said, you can control only what you do. So if you have to cut people off or remove people from your reality or from giving them energy or anything like that to get what you want, you're gonna have to do it. Because at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do for you, because this is your life. And you cannot allow the energies of other people to influence you, to deter you to do anything like that, because if they stay any longer than they are supposed to, then they will taint your progress. They will taint your energy, because we are all, regardless of how we view things, we are all like energetic sponges to the things around us. And if someone has bad juju, that bad juju will seep over into your realm, even if it's just a little bit. So by definition of it, you're gonna have to remove them and anything like as far as like the people, the habits, the stuff you watch, the stuff you listen to. If it's not helping you achieve what you are working towards, then you have to let it go. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You can't talk about it. Like there's no way else to put this. You have to let them go for your greater good. Now, number 2, this is kind of going to piggyback off of that. You have to be aligned with the things that you are wanting. So your alignment is really important. So just like with the people, the places, the things, and the habits that aren't helping you with that, that also means that you have to make sure you stay aligned with that. So you got to ask yourself, what would this version of myself, what would this version of me do if I had these things already? What kind of activities would I do? Would I be watching this? Would I be listening to this? Would I be talking to these kind of people? Would I be eating this kind of food? Like, all of that stuff is important. So with letting it go from the previous step, this step here, with staying aligned in your alignment, it's the same thing. All you're doing is making sure everything is in line, everything is on track, everything is doing what you need it to do, so that you are in a surefire, clear path. No distractions, no detours, just simply not doing things that are going to be a detriment to your progress. And number 3, which is honestly probably the most important one, and I'm going to expound upon this with the experience I had. I think I mentioned this in a separate video. You have to be clear, be more clear about what it is that you want. And to simplify this, it's clarity. You have to be as clear as possible about the things that you want. You have to specify all the specific details to the minor T. Everything has to be as clear as possible. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to manifest something, and something's going to come along, and it's like, well, this is not exactly what I was talking about, but it's close. Are you going to settle for that? Are you going to settle for something that's close? Or are you going to settle, or are you just going to go for your perfection? Like the things that you actually want. You have to be as detailed as possible, because I had this experience a while ago. This was like early on in my spiritual journey. And I would never forget this because it always comes to mind. anytime I'm on the process of trying to manifest something, this comes to mind because it lets me know it's a constant reminder, essentially, to always be clear about what that I want to experience. And in this experience, it felt like a dream, but it wasn't a dream. It was something else. So I was laying in bed, and it was like this woman that looked like a rabbit. So imagine, essentially, I guess you can just call it a furry, but she had a woman's body, but the head of a rabbit. Like, it was a rabbit with a woman's body, like the breast of a woman, like everything that you will see in a human woman, but she had a rabbit's head, and she was on top of me in my bed. And I know what you're probably thinking, like, oh, you was having sex with a rabbit, Jamal? No, I was not. She was just on top of me, right? And she like had me by my shirt like this. She was shaking me, and she was saying, "Be more clear about what it is that you want." Now, at the time, when I first had the experience and she was doing it, she was saying something, and I was just like in bed because like I was asleep, right? And then I woke up, like feeling adrenaline and feeling a bit of fear. So I'm like, what the heck was that, right? So I just laid there in bed, and I just reflected on it. It's like, what the heck was she saying? Because if she wanted to like scare me or do some kind of harm to me, she would have did that. I was like, I kept thinking to myself, what was she saying? What was she saying? And I just replayed it in my head. And I was like, oh, she was telling me to be more clear about what it is that you want. Now, after that experience, I was thinking to myself, like, yo, you could have came to me in a different kind of way in order to tell me that. But no, it could have been worse. Like, it could have been worse. Like, if anything, that exact experience is what I needed to essentially get my shit together. Because without that clarity for your manifestations, then anything can come through, and you have to ask yourself, are you going to just settle for anything? That's why when you're scripting, when you're visualizing, when you're doing any of the process you may learn about from Neville Goddard or Abraham Hicks, you have to be as clear as possible. The more clarity, better. But hey, this has been Master Jamal. Like, share, comment, subscribe, comment down below if you resonate with any of this. And also let me know where you're tuning in from, because like I know with stuff like this, I can reach so many people, and it'd be nice to know where you're coming from. And yes, I'll see you guys next time.